another episode of Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening, man. I'm down here. I'm in the new spot. I'm testing things out. It's nice, man. It's nice. I hope you guys are doing good, man. I'm in a good fucking mood. I'm in a good mood. I got some positive fucking energy, and I'm gonna spread some to you guys. I'm gonna spread it to you. I'm gonna open you up. I'm gonna spread you wide and fill you with some fucking positive energy. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm a piece of shit. Oh, before I get started, someone hit me up, one of my female listeners, who disagreed with my assertion that the gender wage gap was a myth. She sent me some articles. I read them. I don't agree with them because at the end of the day, it really comes down to societal choices of it's not so much as hey, I'm paying you less. In my interpretation of it, it's more of a situation of, hey, you're taking time off to do things with family and such. And we can disagree over that, and that's fine. It's not really a big issue. I'm just saying, I'm listening. She did raise something to my attention, which was that this situation that we're going through with COVID has affected a lot of women. Normally, a recession hurts men predominantly because men are more likely to work in manufacturing positions, which are disproportionately affected during a recession, as they were in '08, and they weren't during this one. Largely, they came back to work earlier, and I thought about it. Most of my friends working trade jobs, union jobs, are actually back to work. I'm one of the only motherfuckers who isn't. And then I realized, all the waitresses I've ever worked with, all the servers overwhelmingly are women in any comedy club. I think that helps because women are far better at diffusing situations, especially when you get some drunk asshole who's causing a problem in the club, because you send over the bouncers and the bouncers know one thing, and that's big man punch dummy's face. And a lot of times you want that. As a comic, you want that, man. I love having a big, scary, mean bouncer. Like, there's nothing better than you walk into a comedy club and there's like a 7-foot tall black bouncer and you go, all right, I'm going to do some material tonight. I'm gonna say some shit on stage tonight, motherfucker. And if you don't like it, tough fucking shit. So what I meant to say is, ladies, I support you. I do. I appreciate you, even my female listeners. You're not changing my mind on the wage gap, but I just want you to know, I listen, and I hear you. And you didn't inform me about something else that I didn't know, even though it was an NPR article, and I don't really like NPR because they're fucking snooty. I just always, my ex, when I lived with my ex's family, her mom would leave NPR on for the dogs, and these poor fucking dogs would listen to that. Hey, you're listening to NPR, and here's why you're an awful person, and you use slave labor from China, which actually I think is good. You should know that you're using slave labor from China. I just feel you need a better voice explaining it to you, in my opinion, in my personal fucking opinion. And anyway, I'm going to jump right into questions today, man, because I got a lot of them. I got quite a few. And one of the first ones I got was how to not get overwhelmed with problems at your day gig. Now, this is a comic asking me, so when he means day gig, that's what he's talking about. So how to not get overwhelmed with problems at your job? And the answer is, don't give a fuck. Just don't get... You know how I don't get overwhelmed, man? Because I remember that at the job I'm working at, I'm not working for me. That's what I remember. That's why they never get 100% out of me. That's why I put so much into comedy and my podcast and my other shit that I never, ever in a million fucking years put into anything else, because I'm not working for you. I think that's what motivates salesmen so much, is that they're working, you're kind of working, you're selling not your own product, but you're working for your own money, right? If I'm getting paid $25 an hour to tile floors, what do I care, right? If I tile them in this amount of time or this way or that way, As long as I get my motherfucking $25 an hour, I'm happy. Now, sometimes you want it to take long because that's where you get your overtime, baby. Some of you motherfuckers don't know about taking your time to get your overtime. But in all seriousness, man, I struggle with this, man. So I get this because I used to, if you want more money at your job, you got to take on more responsibility. And that sucks because then you got to deal with the fact that your job sucks and you hate. I'm not saying everyone's job sucks. We all got fucking shit in our job that we hate. And how do you motivate yourself to care, right? When, Jenny in accounts receivable, someone comes to you and goes, Jenny in accounts receivable, and then doing a job with accounts receivable, and you go, why do I give a fuck? Why do I give a flying fuck, man? Because I don't. And for years, I would avoid responsibility. I was like, dude, I don't want to be the crew chief. I don't want to be a department head because it means the buck stops at me. And I was young and I didn't want the fucking responsibility. And that's what you do when you're a young man. You don't want responsibility. I'm not trying to be a dad. I'm not trying to be the boss on the job. And also, it was like $2 more an hour. So I didn't fucking care. I just wanted to show up and be brain dead and go the fuck home. But if you want to make more money, and here's what I remind myself, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm a professional and I do my job and I do it to the best of my abilities. But at the end of the day, you're never going to be on your deathbed concerned with this fucking job. You're not going to be thinking about the Penske project. You're not going to be thinking about that house you worked on. How good was the carpentry? None of that shit fucking matters, man. None of that shit matters at the end of the day when you're figuring your life out. It doesn't fucking matter. That's one way I got through it. And the other one is realize that, hey, I'm choosing to be at work. I chose this job. No one's making me fucking be here. And these problems, they stop when I leave. When I walk out this motherfucker, I'm done. I'm done till I come home tomorrow. You get me from when the day starts till I leave. All right? And you don't get me on my fucking lunch break unless you're paying me a meal penalty. And that's something I've seen with, you ever work a job, right? And on your lunch break, people talk about work and you just want to fucking choke. Is there anything worse? You're working at Burger King and you're on lunch and you're eating Burger King and the motherfuckers you work with are talking about Burger King and you go, dude, how about we talk about some fucking Taco Bell? How about we talk about some chalupas and some gordito crunches? How about we talk about anything other than fucking motherfucking Burger King? How about that? How about we do that, man? I wish I had something more concise for you. But at the end of the day, the overwhelmingness is about you. It's about you and your interpretation of the stress. It's about you figuring out how to let it go and how to keep it at work, man. Because that shit's not for you to be taken home. Okay? Don't ever take home stress from you. If you're I used to have nights where I wouldn't be able to sleep because I was stressed out about the work I was going to do the next day, especially if I knew it was dangerous work, and what if I fuck up? It's like, dude, stop giving a fuck. I know that's hard to hear, but it's just, if you're good at what you do, do it, but also don't give a fuck, right? This is such conflating information. I know it is. What you got to realize is that it's not not rocket science, whatever it is that you're doing. All right. In your head, you're building it up to be this giant thing. And what you're going to realize is your job isn't, every job I've ever had might require training, but anyone can be trained to do it. And what the part is realizing that adulthood is this. It's a bunch of people walking around swinging their fucking dicks, saying, I'm the only one who can code. I'm the only one who knows carpentry. I'm the only one that knows rigging. I'm the only one who can sell this product. And it's a lie, because anyone with the right time and the right education can be trained to do what you do. Okay? And we like to think, oh, those stupid blue-collar schmucks, they could never fucking do this. They can. And those little sissy bitches, they couldn't do this. They eventually could if they had to. Eventually could do some manual labor if they had to. But they have you for that. And you have them for the fucking white-collar shit. Anyone can be trained to do your job. The question is whether or not they're willing to stick around and deal with the bullshit that they have to deal with to maintain and keep your fucking job. All right? That's the issue. That's the thing you got to get through. So, to my friend asking me this, your job ends when you come home. All right? Stop fucking freaking out about it. Your job doesn't define you. It is not. If there's workplace drama, you're above that shit. You don't take part in that workplace bullshit. You come in, you do your fucking job, and you go the fuck home. All right? This is what I've done with stand-up comedy. There's so many comics who fuck each other and fight with one another. I don't care. I ain't playing your bullshit games. I went through high school. I'm cool, man. I'm good. I ain't doing that shit. I got a girlfriend to fight. I had a girlfriend to fight with. I got friends to talk to. I don't need your workplace shit. Whenever you're at a workplace and they go, we're part of a family, you go, well, I'm that motherfucking cousin that you hate. That's... We're part of a corporate family, Michael, and I'm an estranged relative. I'm that weird third cousin that shows up at funerals, and you go, what the fuck side of family is he from? That's me. I'm that part of the corporate family. Okay? You don't own me. I do my shit when I go home. I don't have a stress out about work. All right? You go in, you do your thing, you get paid, and you go the fuck home. They don't own you, man. They're just getting they're renting your time. All right? Do not allow them to rent space in your head, and do not allow them to own your mental health. All right? If someone at work is causing trauma, fuck them. Lay down the law and be like, this is where I stand. And here's the thing, and this is fundamental to every job and every relationship. Excuse me. Don't fear leaving. The greatest power you have is that I ain't afraid to fucking go. And when you're in a relationship, you're afraid to be single again. And you're afraid to be single because you think, I can't do it. What if I can't find someone again? You can't find someone. You got to go to the gym, man, and get fit and get your fucking confidence up. And when you're working a job, you think, oh no, if I lose this job, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna lose my home. You'll figure it out, man. You will find new work. They're hiring at other companies. You're not going to starve to death. Every time in your life when change happens, sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you're going to go through some rough times. Sometimes you leave a relationship and it gets rough and you get sad and you fucking, you want to lick the inside of a shotgun barrel. You leave a job and you're like, fuck, I got to live with my mom, and your mom clips her toenails and leaves them on the carpet, and you're walking around stepping on your mom's toenails, digging into your foot. You're like, oh, fuck. Like, I got my own toenails to worry about, Ma. Now I'm stepping in your crusty-ass toenails. That's the shit you got to go through. If you want to live your life a better life, you got to make those changes. The changes aren't meant to be fucking easy, man. They're meant to be difficult. Don't ever be afraid to leave the relationship. All right? This is what it comes. It's like sales. Don't be afraid to lose a sale. All right? Because if you lose a sale, that gives you time to make a new one. You're not fucking around with someone who doesn't want your product. All right? 20% of a business's clientele's cause 80% of their problems. Knock out that fucking 20%, man. Knock out the 20% that suck and they're causing you problems. So walk in, set your boundaries. You need to set boundaries at your job just like you set boundaries at home. I would have Jesus, man. I used to have these conversations with my coworkers, and they go, oh, I can't take a day off. And I go, yeah, you can. They go, how? And I go, I take days off. And they go, well, yeah. I go, you know what happens when I say I need to take Friday off? I've been working for 3 weeks straight. I need to take Friday off. And they go, no. Do you know what I say? I say, I'm taking Friday off. All right. I've worked for 3 fucking weeks straight. I'm taking Friday off. I'll be back on Saturday. And they go, like, I worked this job, man, and they refused to give us a schedule so we could plan. And sometimes we would work 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and we wouldn't know we were working again the next day till 11 p.m. because we didn't know. And they would come in and be like, Mike, you're back in at 6 a.m. And sometimes I'd be like, no. Now, here's the thing. It took time for me to get there. Just like when you start dating someone, you can't pull certain shenanigans. After like a year or 2 in, you can. You know, they pull some shit and you go, nah. That's that comfortability. You got to get them comfortable to you. Like, ladies know this because, like, they take time to show you they're crazy. Like, when you first meet a girl and it's all, you go through that honeymoon phase and then you come home one night and you went drinking with the boys after work and she's sitting on the couch and she's staring at you with those dead eyes just. And she cut up, she's sitting there and she's got a bowl and the bowl is filled with your melted PlayStation games because she burned them all. She held them over a lighter and she roasted them and you go, oh shit. And now you live with her and your names are on a lease and you go, fuck, you got me. God, bitch, you got me. That's what you got to do with your company. That's what you're going to do, man. And these poor bastards were afraid to stand up for themselves at these companies that I worked for, and this company in particular. And granted, I wasn't as vital an employee as they were, but I remember one of my friends, man, poor guy, he eventually died in a car accident, but we worked there. I've talked about this job, and I remember him saying, man, I need to take a day off. And he goes, they're going to be mad at me. And he goes, I haven't had a day off in 3.5 weeks. And we didn't have nighttime. He was working like all, 2 hours for lunch and for supper and like 12-hour days, not even including that. It's like 14-hour days. He's like, dude, I need to do my laundry. I don't have clean underwear, Mike. I get no fuck. I'm walking around with skid stains and holes in my drawers. I need clean underwear. And he said, he went and said, I can't work. And the boss went up to his son, who was friends with this other guy, and goes, what the fuck is his problem? And I go, oh shit, so it is kind of real. And I said, you need to set a line in the sand that says, look, I'll put up with enough shit. But at a certain point, if I need to take time off, I need to fucking take time off. And just like relationships, you do that with your job. And you set a boundary, which is, I don't take phone calls when I leave at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., or whenever the fuck it is you leave, you're out. And I ain't taking new fucking calls. That's it. My job is at my job. It's not when I'm at home. At home, it's time for me to watch The Mandalorian. All right? Not worry about Teddy from sales. Okay? Because Teddy from sales lied to the customer and said we could do some shit that we can't do. Fuck Teddy from sales. That sounds like Teddy from sales' problem. That ain't my problem because I'm at home and I'm watching Baby Yoda and smoking a blunt and eating Pop-Tarts with butter. I put butter in my Pop-Tarts. Dude, I don't care how trash that is. Until you put butter on your Pop-Tarts, you ain't fucking living, man. You ain't living, dude. You don't fucking know, man. Like Eric Cartman, you make a Pop-Tart. I'm not putting the whole stick of butter in there, but get yourself a strawberry Pop-Tart, right? Put it in the toaster oven. Take it out. Or you know what I do? I just put butter on top of it. That's my favorite thing, is to let the butter perfectly melt. It'll soak up a little bit. Oh, dude. Also, man, you'll get some strawberry Pop-Tarts and break them up and put them in a bowl of milk and you eat them like cereal. Oh, baby. Oh, man, I'm gonna be your white trash chef. But to my friend who wrote that question, your problems at work, stay at work. All right? And you need to understand that when you come home, this is why I like at-home clothes. I come in, I take my shoes off, I put my at-home clothes, and I look like a fucking slob. These clothes represent that Michael is at home, and he's not dealing with outside world bullshit while he's at home. He puts on his pants, second I put my belt on, I'm ready to deal with shit. All right? Maybe it's because I used to get beat with a belt, and I know the belt means business. I don't know, man. I put that belt on, I feel it dig into my chunky belly, and I'm like, oh. Once I get, you ever sit in the car or on a bus and then you get up and you have an indentation from your belt buckle in your under? your underbelly fat that's a humbling experience, ladies and gentlemen. When you can see Levi's written in your skin, you go, oh boy, I got to do something about this. Anyway, man, try not to get overwhelmed. Set your boundaries with your coworkers and your boss. All right? Do not ever in life allow someone to walk over you. All right? Stand up for yourself. And remember that this isn't what your life is about. Your life is about you and what you do that makes you happy. It's about your girlfriend or your husband or your wife or whatever, or your kids. It's about what you maybe you fucking mountain climb, maybe you parasail. That's what you fucking do, and that's what you're about. And because we don't all do what we love, and it is what it is. And even if you do what you love, there's stuff about it that you hate. There's some bullshit you don't like fucking dealing with, and you let them know that stays there. It doesn't fucking come with me. I don't need that. I'm not bringing it with me. And when someone loses their shit, it's just like in a relationship, you keep your cool. When your spouse is losing their shit, you keep your cool. And when your coworkers are losing their shit, you keep your cool. Because at the end of the day, if the project, something goes wrong, shit's going to go wrong. And as long as at the end of the day it gets done, it gets fucking done. And if it doesn't, fuck it, man. As long as you do your best and you do what you can do without harming yourself, it didn't fucking get done, and you'll get a new fucking project. You'll get a new fucking job. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail, and don't ever be afraid to leave and do what you need to do to make yourself and your life better. And on to the next one. Oh, someone wrote me a topic. College football. Dude, I don't quite... This isn't a question. I don't watch college football because growing up, I thought college football was for hicks and rednecks, and it kind of is. College football is what you root for if you don't come from a city. I grew up in Boston, man. I had the Patriots, who used to be the Boston Patriots, now the New England Patriots. That's my football team. The Red Sox, my baseball team. The Celtics, basketball, Bruins. And I guess we had a soccer team, right? We had the Boston Cannons is what is that? That's a lacrosse team, and the New England Revolution is a soccer team. So it was like, if I live in a city and I identify with a city, I don't really need to, I don't need to have a college football team. Also, I always looked at college football teams as weird because it's so many like working class and redneck people who, how do I put this? You guys are rooting for a place that'll never let you in. I always found that super weird. That was always crazy weird to me, is why are you rooting for a place that doesn't fully give a fuck about you? Right? It's just, if it's a state school, maybe, but it's weird to see people line up and root for a place that they never went to school in. I get it, though, if the school recruited from your neighborhood or your town or your state, because that would make more sense. That makes more sense, man. Like if you're rooting for Alabama and then most of the dudes on Alabama are from Alabama, and I get it. You can say, go, woo, Bama. If I had to root, man, I'd root for, where the Crimson Tide, where are they from? Is that Alabama or is that Mississippi? But they're always sitting back going, Roll Tide. I love the Tide, motherfuckers, man. I do. Roll Tide. I love your vibes. I like going down. I want to go down there as a Yankee and just hang out and just scream, Roll Tide. I like it. I like the fucking vibes. You guys get way more drunk. You get giant fucking stadiums. But I'm not into it. Only thing I know, I briefly kind of was a fan. Everyone growing up, if we got into college football, it was for BC because it was Boston College. But Notre Dame. Because everyone I grew up with was Irish. They had the Fighting Irish. We loved their fucking logo and the mascot. I used to have Notre Dame sneakers with the fucking the goofy drunk fucking leprechaun on them because I'm fucking such a mick. And Notre Dame won recently, and their fans rushed the field, and it was a big fiasco for fucking nerds to bitch about. Dude, like, look, whatever you feel about people not social distancing, be consistent about it. That's all I ask. You can disagree with me, and we can disagree. That's fine. But don't fucking do that thing where it's okay if people get together for your fucking thing. Okay? Because I watched this motherfucker on Twitter trash. It was all about the streetwide parties for when Donald Trump lost, and people are sharing champagne bottles in Brooklyn, right? Spike Lee's out there with champagne. People pass around champagne bottles. A lot of people have masks. Not everyone. Some, not everyone. And then Notre Dame, it was the same thing. Well, those people aren't wearing masks. And then you show pictures of them, and they are. All right? So basically, what people have done is they're just using COVID as a way to try and not let people who irk them get together. Because there's this weird nerd who just hates sports in general because jocks like them. They hate it. I was never a big sports dude. I played lacrosse for like a year and I sucked. All right, for the Boston Bulldogs. We were the first Boston public school. And the lacrosse team, they recruited us from everyone in the fucking city, dude. And we were the only team with black kids. And we would play these other rich New England prep schools. And we would take shit. Like our buses would break down on the way to the schools. And we would, we'd show up, man. And this blew my mind. I was like 14 years old. I was in 9th grade, freshman in high school. And I had signed up as a fat kid who just never been an athlete because the other kids were doing it. And I go, fuck it, I'll do it. And they all quit. And I kept doing it. I wouldn't let myself quit. I remember other kids in my class saying, Mike, you should quit. Like actively telling me to quit. So they would feel better about the fact that they quit. And I kept with it, man. I sucked. I got playtime once a blue moon. I got fucking bundled, man. I was a defenseman. I got fucking bundled. My ass tackled into the dirt many a times. I sucked. I'll admit, I fucking sucked so bad. And we would go to these schools, like these old money WASP schools around New England, man. And you would go, they had campuses with dormitories. I was blown away. These kids lived at their high schools in dorms, giant, massive dorms, dining commons, giant fields and arenas. And I remember walking through this school and they have pictures of you know, the crew team from 1912, the 1905 rifle team. These schools had like gun clubs and shit. They had shooting teams and crew teams and rowing teams, every conceivable fucking sport. And lacrosse was originally a Native American sport that had been taken over by white preps. And they wanted to bring it to the cities. They got together some fucking white trash, you know, some Irish. So it was in a city, Irish, Italians, some blacks, and a little sprinkling of some Hispanics in there. And we were getting decimated by these teams because we were all new. We didn't fucking have it. But it was fun, man. And I remember when they would come to play for our team, at our field, I remember they would pull up on the bus and be like, where are the locker rooms? And we were like, we don't have any. And like, huh? Like, you got to change on the bus. And we were so fucking ghetto. They hated us because we played at UMass Boston, which was a commuter college at the time in Dorchester, on the border of South Boston, Southie, and Dorchester. And they would have to change on the bus. All right. And then they were just playing this just dusty field. It was an open lot. That's all it was. It was no markings. It was just some place that we had managed to get a hold of. And they were so fucking disgusted by us. And you could tell that these schools didn't want to play us. But for some reason, they got wrangled into letting us in their league. And they were when they would walk us through the halls of their campuses and we were wide-eyed, you could tell they just didn't want us there. We'd start fights. We'd try and pick up the girls. We were the worst. So it was understandable why they fucking didn't want us there, man. I ain't going to blame them. Anyway, college football, man. COVID. Be consistent about your shit, man. Don't do that thing where when you see a group of people getting together and it's for some shit you hate because you're a nerd and you don't like fucking sports. And I grew up around a lot of these people. I performed with so many of them. And they just go, oh, is it sports ball? Shut up. You're not cool and unique. You're not cool because you hate something that everyone likes. You're just being a contrarian bitch. All right? And I've been that. It just means you hate yourself and you're a nerd. And don't do that. Don't do that because I can be that way about Star Trek. Right? And also you can like different shit. All right? You can like Star Wars and football. I got friends that do that. Don't be that person. I dated a girl who shut off the Red Sox after they won the World Series on me. And I never watched sports. I just watched the World Series because I was a bandwagon fan. And she did it just to piss me off because nerds in Boston, because it's very much a sports town, grew up really hating it and with a strong hatred for like the bro fucking culture because you just weren't a part of it. You're just mad that you weren't the dominant culture. And that's so much of humans is I hate the dominant culture because it's not me. And I'm not trying to change the system. I'm just trying to make my fucking thing, my culture, the dominant fucking culture. So enjoy your college football, you redneck motherfuckers. I didn't know it was back, but have fun, man. Maybe you'll get to go hang out at a game. The world comes back. Let me see this. All right, so I got a few here. I'm just gonna hop right into this one because I think this is important. Have you ever looked at your significant other's phone? Yes, I have, and I'm not proud of it. And I think we all do, man. We all fucking do. I'm gonna tell you right now, there is nothing quite as toxic as snooping through your boyfriend or girlfriend's phone or computer. It's toxic. All right. Now, it's also toxic if you can't give them your phone. And I've been that dude too. I've been that dude where I had my phone as a GPS and my girl at the time was was typing something in and I got freaked out. I was like, don't touch. And she's like, well, what is that? And that, dude, it's such a relief when you can just, to the guys doing this. And I know there's a lot of you doing it, and I'm not coming down on you from a moral high horse because I've also done it. And it's a boy activity. I mean, it's something I hope you grow out of, but men do it too. If it's just porn because you're watching kinky porn, you shouldn't be worried about being judged. If he judges you, tell her to fuck off. Stand by what you fucking beat off to, man. Don't run and hide. It's your fucking dick and it's your eyes. And whatever you want to spank it to, fucking spank it to. And if she tries to shame you, tell her to eat fucking 50 fucking baloney dicks. Tell her to fuck off. Tell her to go suck a fucking porcupine's pecker. Don't ever be ashamed of that shit with your spouse. And if you are, you're in a toxic relationship. You need to get the fuck out. And ladies, same thing. If your man is coming down on you for that shit, don't let him do that to you. Don't let him make you feel ashamed of what you fucking flick your bean to. Don't let him make you feel ashamed of whatever you move your man in the boat to. All right? Move that motion in the ocean. All right? Get it nice and wet, and you move that little man in the boat around like there's a fucking monsoon out there, and he's afraid he's going to drown and fall over. It doesn't matter what you watch, man. As long as it's not like, what matters is what you do with your person you're with and whether or not you're doing shit behind their back. That's all that fucking matters, man. So don't worry about that. Don't get caught up in that shit. That shit doesn't fucking matter. Don't let that fuck you up. All right? But if you can't let your significant other that you're supposed to love and trust touch your phone because you're creeping on there, texting people and emailing people, you're fucking up. And I've been that person. Don't be that fucking person because it is so unhealthy to walk around with that level of anxiety of being caught. That's not healthy for you, man. And that's it. When you do that, you need to just be a fucking man and leave the relationship. Or to say, I don't know, man, maybe you guys want an open relationship or you want to swing, just propose it. And if they say no, you respect their opinion, or you say, well, this is something that I need and I need to go. Most relationship pain comes around because people are trying to force a relationship when they shouldn't fucking be together, man. And it's okay to not fit with someone. It hurts when you love them and you can't fit with them. You know, I had a girl propose to me that she wanted an open relationship. I want an open relationship. And I said, no. I said, you can fuck other women because I don't have a pussy. And I can understand you wanting, you know, if you want that feminine energy and you want to, you like pussy, I get it. Go fucking right ahead. You got to check in with me first. You're not just going to do it. I want to know who the fuck they are. You're just not going to be, you ain't going out there eating random stinky pussy and bringing shit back to me. I ain't having that shit. But she wanted to fuck guys like me, masculine, alpha type, aggressive dudes. And I said, not in a million fucking years. I will never let a man pound out my fucking woman and sit there like a bitch on the fucking futon playing Assassin's Creed, and you come home and you go, hi, hey baby, how goes it? And she's like, I'm good. Sitting there with another dude's cum on her fucking breath. Get the fuck, that's some, all right, if you do that, that's fine, man. I don't understand how any man does that, and then that's one of the most emasculating things you can fucking allow happen to yourself. I personally believe she's going to lose respect for you if you let that happen. You know, maybe go to her, say, I want some threesomes. But if you're fucking up, all right, now here's also the thing. If you're doing this because your woman won't fuck you, and a lot of women won't fuck their husbands and their boyfriends. This is an epidemic, especially in New England. I keep talking about New England. I was just talking to this girl from LA who says she's never had worse sex in her life than when she moved to New England. And I said, I can absolutely get that without a fucking doubt. I concur with that. And what I had to explain was, hey, baby, we're sexually repressed. So if you're out there hunting for the shit, it means your relationship ain't working. And you shouldn't be fucking doing that, man. And if you're doing it, either don't do it, or man or woman the fuck up and tell the person you're with that it ain't working out. Right? Or sometimes you just need to be honest with them. Sometimes if you say, hey, I want to have threesomes, they'll be like, okay. And you're just so afraid of saying that because you think you're going to hurt their feelings. And what you do is by not being honest with them, you invariably hurt their feelings in another way, because then you act out these repressed things that you feel like you want and need. And as a result, they catch you, man. I've had that happen, man. I woke up, guy I was talking about earlier who got fucked over the job, he died in a car accident. I went out and I got blackout drunk, and I woke up to my girlfriend looking at my phone crying. And right away I knew. And God, I wanted to fucking die in that moment. And I had been texting before, and I had been caught. I had been being a piece of shit, and I had been cheated on. And it isn't okay. But I felt like I was getting revenge in some kind of way because I couldn't let go of me being cheated on. And fellas, emotional cheating, you're going to have to realize with women, is still cheating. Because as dudes, we're like, whatever, we just texted. But if your girl was texting some dude and she's like, oh, look at that big dick, you'd be mad too, motherfucker. All right, you'd be mad too. Yes, you would. You would be mad too. Don't say, oh, you would be mad. Now, actually, I read a study. And most women are angrier and more hurt when a man has an affair than a one-night stand. And for men, it's the inverse. Men are more insulted when a woman has a one-night stand than when she has an affair. And the reason that is because men are like, oh, whatever. You know, oh, she couldn't get emotional support from me? Yeah, you know, I'm a fucking cunt. I'm a douchebag. I go out drinking with my friends, and I don't listen to her stories, and I play too many video games. I'm always playing Call of Duty. So I can see why she needs to go to some dude who's going to tell her, I love you, and listen to her problems. I get that. I understand an affair. But the one-night stand bothers a dude because it hurts his masculinity, his sense of manhood, because she went out to get some fucking dick. And if she went out to get some dick, it means you ain't laying pipe down and you don't feel like a man. And that's why that hurts men. Whereas women, it's the inverse. Women can understand, oh, he just had to get some pussy. I'm not giving him pussy, whatever. You know, he's a dude, he's going to pound out. But when a man has an affair with a woman, that means he's invested. And she emotionally supported or fulfilled something that a woman couldn't, because women are more emotional than men. And that's something I had to realize, that emotional cheating is still cheating. Okay? And don't do that thing where you're like, oh man, you know, I got cheated on by a girl, and she goes, well, he didn't come inside of me. And I'm like, okay, he didn't nut in you. So my heart doesn't hurt that much. I cried like a baby today. I would have cried for like 2 more hours if I knew he busted inside you. And then I found out she was lying, because over time in the relationship, little bits came out. And he fucking did. He did. And it hurts, man. And it's okay for that to happen, man. I don't know if I'm ready to tell this story, but I had something happen to me where, like, fuck it, man. I'm just going to be honest, dude. Like, I had a girl. We had broken up. And then 2 days later, like, not even, I was messaging her, and how it doesn't just end. She had a party at her house, met this dude, brought him over, cooked for him. That hurt me. She cooked for him in the house, fucked him twice, dropped him off, and then picked me up because I texted her, called her, drove me there. I fucked her. We're laying in bed. She finally starts breaking down, crying. Her conscience got to her. She told me. She says, I just fucked this dude. And I go, when? She goes, last night. And I go, so when did you... She legit dropped this motherfucker off, picked me up, banged him in the bed we had been sleeping in, cooked for him. I'm looking at all these pots and pans. I go, what is this? She goes, oh, it's from the party. And guys, I had my silver lining moment, man. I broke the fuck down. I cried like a fucking baby. I thought I spazzed the fuck out. I had like emotional trauma. I did. I had emotional trauma. Part of me snapped and broke there. That was my origin story. Like every dude, you ever meet a dude and you go, how'd you become an asshole? And he's got his Batman story. He's got his story about how he watched his parents die in front of him, and that's why I'm Bruce Wayne and I'm a fucking emo bitch. That's why, because he watched his parents die. Every dude was a nice fucking heartfelt boy, and then some girl did something to him. And I imagine this happens to you women too. And he morphed. He became the Joker. He became Joaquin Phoenix, and he became the Joker, baby. And that was mine. And I opened up her phone. I saw the text messages. Some guy who she told me before had been a platonic friend, was trying to sneak in. I always knew he was. And I go, oh. And that eventually was why I fucking was a dirtball later on. And we both in my relationship were checking each other's laptops and phones. And don't ever fucking do that. Even if you trust them, don't fucking go through looking for shit. Because if you go through looking for shit, you will find shit. If you look for something, you will find it. Even if it's nothing, it can be innocuous. You're going to go to her and be like, hey, what's this text? Who's fucking Brian? She goes, Brian? Brian's the fat dude I work with. You know Brian. And then you look insecure, and that is a turnoff for women when you're an insecure bitch. It's a massive turnoff. Women hate that shit, man. There's nothing worse. Excuse me, guys. For a woman than when you are insecure about other men. You wanna hold on to women? Don't give a fuck. All right? Doesn't mean you don't cut them loose if they play fucking games. I'm just saying you need to be secure. And if you're threatened all the time by other dudes, they see that and they know that's a weakness. All right? So don't fucking do that. And you will find something. You will find something. It'll be nothing. It'll be innocuous, but you will find something. And ladies, for you too. And if you're at a point, if you're checking each other's shit, you shouldn't be together because it shows you don't trust one another, and that is not a healthy relationship. It's a toxic relationship. I mean, and you will fuck with you, dude. Even I dated a girl, and she gave me a hard drive afterwards, like a whole terabyte, because we broke up amicably. And as I'm going through this terabyte to put my podcast shit on, I find a storage of dick pics. And I'm like, we did have a period apart. Maybe this happened when we were together. I don't fucking know. And I remember sitting there being like, getting all angry at these 20 dick pics on this fucking hard drive. And I go, Mike, the relationship's over, man. Fucking let it go. Let it go, man. Because maybe you find something. Maybe you don't. All right, but don't be fucking snooping, man. And if you can't trust them, don't fucking be with them. All right? And don't be in a position where you can't give them your phone, man. And just don't be doing that shit. All right? Don't. Just don't. If the relationship doesn't work, fucking leave. Get a divorce. Or tell her flat out, like, hey, bitch, you don't fuck me, and if you don't fuck me, I'm gonna fuck other people. I'm all about honesty, man. I'm all about honesty, and you need to flat out say, I think it's way more justified if your spouse isn't doing what you need sexually, and there's a difference here. If sexually you need to be fucking pooed on, that if you're doing some Odell Beckham shit, that's understandable. That's beyond the pale. But if your spouse won't go down on you, if they just simply won't have sex with you, Like you should be once a week. Once a week is the bare fucking minimum as far as I'm concerned. If they're not doing that, you need to let them know and go, look, we may have kids, we have whatever. If I don't get my needs taken care of, I'm going to get them fucking taken care of by someone else. As far as I'm concerned, you're legally allowed to cheat. All right? If they're not coming through, and I've met women whose husbands and guys won't come through, you need to go somewhere else. All right? How else do you let them know you love them, dude? So yeah, I have looked at my ex's phones. I remember doing it. I remember it causing fights. Sometimes I found shit. Sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I found shit that just had happened before, so I'm getting mad over shit. Like I found some shit that had happened like a year before someone had messaged, and I'm getting mad about it now after we already reconciled over. And I'm getting mad about shit that was sent during off times. Don't be looking. And if you think you have to look, you need to have a conversation. But that's not normal. You shouldn't be doing that. All right? And if you got some shit on there, because it's like I keep some old sex videos on my phone. And if I'm dating a girl and she's like, I don't want these on there, I'll tell her fucking don't like that they're on there. But I actually want to delete them anyways. I'm going to delete them soon. But if I wanted to keep them, you just say, these are fucking mine. I'm keeping them. So what? I don't like beating off to other people having sex. I like me having sex. I never understood watching other people fuck when you can watch yourself fuck, man. You just relive the moment, man. You're living the glory days. Isn't that what every alcoholic is doing? Is like, I'm 15 again. I'm fucking smashing this girl again. Ah! Ever look at girlfriend's phone, man? Trust him, man. Trust him for real, man. Because if you don't, why the fuck should they trust you? For real. And once you start that, it becomes like an arms race, man. Once you start the trust war, it's like the Cold War with nuclear weapons, and they're India and Pakistan. Oh, they got a nuke. Now I got a nuke. She checked my phone. I can check her phone. And sometimes once you start, I remember talking to this girl, and she told me, she goes, she goes, my boyfriend kept accusing me of cheating, so I finally cheated. And her attitude was, if you're going to say, she was basically like Eminem in that song, I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would you say I am? If I'm a whore, then I'm going to be a whore. So fuck you, every day I am. That's basically what went down. In all honesty, that's what fucking went down. And I understand it, man. I understand it completely, fully, in all honesty, because I used to work at this comedy club when I first started out. I worked the door, and they kept accusing me of stealing from them. And so I started stealing from them because they weren't paying me. They weren't paying me what they should have been paying me. And I was investing a lot of time, and I started fucking pocketing money from customers. Right? People would come in at the last minute, and I wouldn't report it. And then I found out everyone was doing it. But it was like, if you can't trust me, why am I investing actual honesty? And I got it. I remember ridiculing that girl before, and then it happened. I go, so stop accusing them. All right? If they're not doing it, but for the love of God, man, if you want to make your relationship work, if you want to make trust work, it's honesty. It's honesty, man. And if you can't give your lady your phone, and it's funny, man, because all the world stars just videos of dudes freaking out when it's fight videos and dudes freaking out when their girls find their phone. I don't understand how any of you guys have this time to have this many side bitches. I could never. Maybe a fling, man. Maybe just, I'm once in a blue moon you fuck that chick, but a full blown like side girl. It's tough because it's what it's called is pre-selection. For my female listeners, when you're in a relationship or you're married and women see a wedding ring like this isn't a fucking wedding ring, but women ask me all the time, and I still keep it. And one of the reasons I like keeping it is because when a woman sees that other women are attracted to you, it makes her attracted to you. Basically, she's validating her attraction to you because these other women are attracted, and therefore it must mean he has good genes or he has something to offer. All right, you're Mona Lisa. Right? Everyone thinks you're good because you're the painting that everyone goes to. Are you the best? No, but everyone thinks you are. So you use it. And so if you're in a relationship, ladies, I don't think you all understand this. Women will hit on us more when we're in relationships because it means something. It means, oh shit, that's, when you walk into a store and you go to buy like a product and you're like, what am I going to get? Which Hawaiian punch flavor am I going to sip tonight with Malene? And everyone's been taking the red one. And you go, maybe there's something going on with the red one. All right, if you go into any store, when you walk down the street and you see two restaurants and some restaurant is empty and the other one is packed, you naturally want to go to that one, pre-selection. It's the same thing with dating. Except it doesn't work the other way. We don't want when we see a woman, we want a restaurant that's bare and empty. We want to walk in and they're like, you're our first customer. And you go, but ow. First one, baby, planting a flag. Guys, let that shit go. Don't ever ask your woman, don't ever ask her about her sex life before, because whatever number she's going to give you, it's going to be too much. She could say 1 and you go, 1? They don't make women like they used to, you fucking whore. It doesn't matter what she says, man. Don't be careful about asking that fucking question, man, because you don't want to know. You don't want to know because she's done some shit. And if she tells you, you don't want to fucking hear that. Let that go. What matters isn't what she did before you. What matters is what she does when she's with you. All right? Let it go, man. People can redeem themselves. Whores can become housewives. Shit, man, I was a dirty fucking whore. Now look at me. Don't be looking at motherfuckers' phones. Anyway, someone said, hey, Mike, I don't want workout advice from you. Fuck you, Brandon. I don't name people, but fuck you. All right, you're not as jacked as you fucking think you are, man. I've seen your workout videos with your big ass fucking belly. Don't be shitting on me, man. Fucking motherfucker. Yeah, of course I get people in there just to harass me. How do I tell my favorite comic that I'm gay for him without sounding like a Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You just say I'm gay for you, Mike. I assume I'm your favorite comic. If I'm not, it's a weird question to ask. But just say I'm gay for you, buddy. It's all good. It's all good. It's not going to change our friendship. I might. I'm not going to fucking, it might slightly. Just a little bit. Fucking dude. Wiping your butt. Do you squat or sit? I sit, man. I would, what's funny? When I was a little kid, I would stand up and I would crunch up the toilet paper into a ball and just like the fact that no one taught me that my parents just assumed that I was going to figure out fucking toilet paper. You had to teach kids. You had to teach them everything. You can't just assume they know how to do stuff. I would take it and I just mush it into a ball and get maybe one wipe back there. It's funny. I live with a dude who would do that. I know because he was Puerto Rican. He would throw them in the waste bin. Oh, it was the worst, man. The garbage barrel in the bathroom you'd see the dookie fucking tissues. And I was like, what are you doing now? I got to remember, I've been to Puerto Rico. You can't flush the toilet paper because they don't have, especially in most of the Caribbean, their plumbing isn't good down there. So it causes clogs and it fucks up the whole fucking system. So you got to throw the toilet. That's why I first used a first bidet in Puerto Rico, because you can usually use a bidet or you throw it in a trash bag, which was the worst. Oh, God, the place fucking stinks. I don't care, man. First world privilege. I don't fucking care, man. That is a first world privilege, is you get to fucking flush everything down the toilet without a fucking care in the world. So take that shit for granted. Anyway, dude, bidet, shower bidet. Don't, wet wipes if I have to. Don't be, I've been over this before on the podcast. You must not have heard this one. Don't treat yourself. Treat yourself. Take care of your fucking bum, guys. So, anyway, man, I think there's it's still a fucking weird time because we're going into winter and we know COVID lockdown's coming. Guys, stay happy out there. Keep some good fucking energy, man. Stay fly. Be happy. I appreciate you motherfuckers. Next up, I'll explain that in the next episode about the interviews that I'm doing. I'm going to be alternating between like weeks where I solo and I talk and I take questions and weeks where I interview people. And I'll explain that more in the next episode because I'm recording that tomorrow and it'll be out afterwards. And I'm looking forward to it. Once again, I appreciate you motherfuckers like you have no idea. I really do. I really appreciate you listening. I know you listen. I see the downloads. I love that you listen, man. And I really want and to be able to help and make you laugh. And moral of the story is, don't be looking at your girlfriend's fucking phone. And don't be looking at your boyfriend's fucking phone either, man. Dude, that's a good one, man. That is a good one. I fucked up like that so many fucking times. Dude, I remember sitting there just searching her computer, just like, Control F, looking for shit, just looking for shit. And I almost came across something, and it's a good thing I didn't, because later on she goes, it's a good thing you didn't find that. That was from when we were broken up. I was like, oh, boy. Let it go, man. Let it fucking go. If you get back with someone after you've broken up with them, you need to make peace or don't get back with them. Because if you're living in a relationship with a desire for vengeance or a feeling that you deserve some righteous cheating, some righteous dick, some righteous pussy, all right, I can fuck this pussy and it's going to be righteous, then your relationship is fucked, man. You're built on a faulty foundation. And that's one of the hardest parts about a relationship is when you invalidate the trust. How difficult it is to get back. And at a certain point, you can't get it back. So be honest. Because you get a certain amount of strikes. Sometimes it's one. Sometimes you're lucky. And you get a little more. But at the end of the day, man, that's it. Don't fuck up. Don't invalidate trust. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for listening to Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. I love you motherfuckers. Stay positive, man. Take some of this fucking energy. Get out there, man. Sing and dance. Fucking get your dick sucked, man. Smoke a blunt. You're the motherfucker. All right? Don't let people bring you down. I know the world's a dark place, and you might be hurting at your job. Who wrote that first one? Fuck those assholes at your job that are fucking with you. All right? The dude who watch college football, watch a college football, man. Beat off to those players. If you like it, I don't know, man. Maybe you're homoerotic. If you don't, just watch it and enjoy. And who cares who calls you a redneck? Drink your beer and throw up. Have a fucking game day, baby. Be single and fuck. Get in a relationship and fuck the person you're with. And fuck them because you love them. And fuck them because you love fucking them. Because ain't nothing better than when you love the person you're fucking. All right? Ain't nothing quite like it, man. And you love the sex you have with them. All right? If you're with them and you ain't getting it and you're going to look elsewhere, if you're outsourcing, don't outsource, baby. Don't outsource the sex. Okay? Don't fucking do it. All right? Stop looking overseas. Stop finding your call center pussy, okay? Stop doing that. Don't find your call center dick. You got a workforce at home, and they want to work. And if they don't, and fuck them, bring in some illegal pussy. If they don't want to work, you tell them. Be like, here's the option, and if you don't fucking take it, I'm setting up an overseas call center. Guys, thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Peace. With a hood, yeah.